Hello. Hi, Ole. Hi, Simon. Hi, Kathleen. Welcome, welcome, welcome. How are you guys doing? Hi, Lucy. Hi, Deb. How are you doing? Hi, Dominique.
Hello.
Hi, guys. Oh, Ole, is that your son?
Oh, thank you. That's my grandson.
Your grandson. Oh, bless him.
One of them.
Hello.
Can I say hello? Can I say hello? Hello.
Hello.
Here's another one.
Hello.
That's one of the team.
They're one of the team.
That's one of the team. 1 out of 6.
Wow. Are they all staying with you this weekend?
No, only 2. Only 2.
Hi, Lana. How are you?
Jeg har også et spørgsmål til dig.
Ja.
Så 2 sekunder.
Ja.
Så slår lige den her fra. Ja.
I'm going to give people a couple of minutes to hop on. I don't have any funky music, unfortunately. My camera's not working today, but you can hear me fine. No problems, Kathleen. Hi, Kate. How are you? How is traveling? Good to see you. Hi, Bianca. Good to see you as well. Oh, Simon, you got the rough man look going on there. Well, hard. Hi, Di. Good to see you guys. Has everybody had a good week?
Hey, Emmeline.
Hi, Deb. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Yeah, not too bad. Have you had a good week?
I have. And I have no grandchildren today, so that's a good thing.
Oh, wow. It must be so quiet in your house.
I love it.
Make the most of it, because it won't be quiet for very long.
That's right.
Oh, we have Kate on twice. There were definitely more than 11 people that said they were going to be on, so I'll just give them a couple more minutes, then we'll make a start. Alana, I did reply to your message. I don't know if you got it.
Yeah, I've literally just seen it now, so I'll reply at it.
Yeah, that's no problem whatsoever.
I thought I'd try and make one. I didn't realise it would be like one after the other, so I thought it's best to try and make at least one of them if I can. So
yeah, no, that's fine with me, hun. Don't worry.
They're asking what you are doing. All of you. My grandchildren is asking, what are you doing?
Well, we're going to be talking about mindset.
Yeah. Oh, right. They says they are going to bed now.
It's probably going to be quite boring for you two, but
Yeah.
hopefully interesting for everybody.
Also, when it's in English.
Pardon?
Also, when it's in English.
Ah, do they learn English in Denmark?
Yeah, sure, but not when they are 5,
Not when they're 5.
and even not when they are 2.
Oh, bless them. They're just so sweet.
Yeah. Oh,
They
yeah.
are cute.
Got them all day. So Casey, good night. Good night.
Is it bedtime?
It's bedtime. Yeah, it had been for a long time. When you are 2, that's the 1 and 2, and that's 1 and 5.
Wow. Are you going to stay up with your granddad?
Nope. Not now. So
That was a definitive no. Hi, Jerry. Good to see you. Hope you are well. Oh, Thomas as well. Hi, Thomas. Didn't see you down there. Hope you're doing good.
Hi.
So there's the grandmom.
Hi. It's lovely to meet you.
Hello. So
Right, bear with me 1 second and then we'll get going. Because we've now been waiting 5 minutes.
they're going to close a fire.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the fire trucks is drying out of the office.
They're on a mission, aren't they?
They are.
Right, okay, so let me just mute everyone up. If I can work out how to do it. Audio options. Can someone please tell me how I mute everyone? Because I still haven't learned how to do that.
Mute ourselves, don't
Oh,
we?
I've just worked it out. Yay! You're all muted. Can you all hear me okay?
Yeah, but we are not muted.
Oh, you're not muted. Let me try.
I've done it now.
Do you know why that is? It's because I clicked the button for unmute all instead of mute all. So, right, okay, guys, I'm going to make a start. Everyone else can catch the replay. But what we're going to be talking about in today's training, and I'll try and make it short and sweet because it is a Friday evening, is your mindset around your daily method of operation. So hopefully all of you guys have a daily method of operation that is working well for you, or one that you have recently, you know, come up with over the past few weeks if you're recently into the dream team. But hopefully, you know, you're all working towards your DMOs every single day, and it is, you know, without any shadow of a doubt, the most important thing you need to do in your businesses every single day consistently in order for you to grow, in order for you to take your business forward, and in order for you to take your businesses to the next level. Okay, so regardless of what else you're doing, hi Viva, good to see you, hi Margarita, regardless of what else you are doing in your business, whether you're building a Facebook fan page or a group, or you're exploring Twitter or anything else like that, your daily method of operation is the one thing that you can't compromise on. You need to be doing that every single day. It's the small activities that you do every day that is ultimately going to lead you forward and to take your business forward. Hi Margarita, good to see you, good to see you. So before I go a little bit deeper into the mindset around why you should be doing your daily method of operation and how you can adapt your mindset to keep you going with that, let's have a little discussion about what happens if you don't do your daily method of operation. Let me just adjust my camera slightly. You okay?
Yeah, I'm trying to get something.
Okay, no problem. So what happens when you're not working towards a consistent pattern of activities? Yeah, that's my daughter. A consistent pattern of activities every day is you often find, and you may actually be able to relate to some of these things before you had it written down on paper and before you were, you know, working consistently, is that, you know, you have no direction in your business. You will end up doing these activities that aren't really relevant to your money making activities, to your income producing activities. You may spend too long on one thing and not the other, lots of times browsing through your newsfeed. Can any of you guys relate to that, where you suddenly find other activities that you're doing that aren't actually necessarily linked to you growing your business every single day? Nadia's trying to connect. Oh, bless her heart. And it helps also when you have a daily method of operation, it helps you to stop constantly changing the cycle of how you do things. So as human beings, naturally, we're very impatient. And if one thing's not working, we'll try something else and then something else and then something else. We might buy a new training or try a different angle or something like that if we're not seeing immediate success and getting, you know, that instant gratification we all want from whatever it is we're doing at the time. So when you have a structured DMO, it helps to prevent from changing what you're doing all the time. Okay. So, you know, it goes without saying that having a daily method of operation is really going to be what makes you or breaks you. It's as simple as that. It's a really, seems really simple, and I know we go on about it all the time. So my daughter's just let my dog in. Let me just chuck it out or it's going to come in. Out. Go out. You as well. Bloody animals.
Both of them.
Yeah, the cat was in as well. Yeah, actually, so I've just chucked it out. So yes, consistently doing these things every single day. And it's a shame actually that Mike and Miranda aren't here, because they are, you know, the proof, the solid proof that doing your daily method of operation and growing yourself and doing activities that build your audience, engage with your audience and sell to your audience do work, because they hit a massive massive achievement today. Within MLSP, they hit level 4, which is a really hard level to reach. You have to really give a lot of value to other people to reach that goal, you know. So even if you have that selling mindset and you're spamming and that kind of thing, and you get a few people into MLSP, you're not going to hit those high levels. So for them to have achieved that, they have rigidly stuck to that daily method of operation every single day. So congratulations for when you do watch the replay, guys, because I would have congratulated you directly. But you know, ultimately, activities that build your audience, engage your audience, and sell to your audience every single day of your business career is going to be what moves your business forward. Okay. Hi Nadia, good to see you. So let's just very, very briefly, and I know Mike and Miranda went over this the other day, but very briefly go over what should be in your daily method of operation. So you should have personal development and mindset in there somewhere every single day. Now, this is not spending an hour watching a mindset training every single day. I'm talking like 10 minutes, 15 minutes when you're washing up. This is definitely one of the parts of your daily method of operation that you can fit really easily whilst doing something that, you know, else at the same time. So whether you're driving your car, whether you're, you know, sitting with your kids or having a beverage in the garden, do you see what I'm saying? So listening to something on a podcast or sitting and reading a book, anything that's going to help improve your mindset, which you need to be doing every day, or learning a new skill. And the great thing about that is that when you learn how to do something new, you can then go and teach it to others. There's your content. That's a great way of giving value. Okay, so you're recycling what you're doing. Okay, so building your audience is really important. So adding friends to your friends list in a reasonable capacity every single day. You know, if you're really busy, you've got lots of children, you know, no one expects you to be there up until 2 a.m. adding 20 friends and then talking to them. You need to find a number that is manageable to you, and the most important thing is that you stick to it and you do it every day. Okay, and then engaging with your audience and reciprocating on your newsfeed. Now, this is the part where most people who are new at this spend the most amount of time, and that is going through their newsfeed and commenting on other people's stuff. Yes, it's important to do that. It's important to get your name out there, to share the love, and to engage with other people and build those relationships as part of doing that. But you don't want to be doing that all day. So 10 minutes here, 10 minutes there. Again, this is something you can fit into while you're doing something else. You only need one hand to engage on a post. You don't need to be sitting at your laptop really concentrating to do it. So it's just learning how to fit parts of your DMO into other parts of your day, especially when you're a really busy person. Okay. And then your content, really important. You must, without a doubt, be putting a minimum of one piece of content on your Facebook newsfeed daily. Content that is entertaining or inspiring or educational or of lifestyle. One of those 4 things, okay? You need to be getting more of the value part in over anything else. But for people to see you as a person of value and as a real person, ideally when you're planning your content for the week, which I'd highly recommend you do because it's a great time saver thing, is that you get all of those little bits in. Okay, so you're providing inspiration and motivational, whatever to other people, whether that's a live or, a quote or, a picture of you doing something really inspiring that inspired you that you want to share with others. And then, your lifestyle, because people will know, like, and trust you a lot more quickly if they can see the sort of person that you are. So if you never show any of your personal life, people are not going to know who you really are. And I think that is really important that you get that in, whether it's you and the kids or on a holiday or margarita eating seafood, anything anything like that. It's getting your personality across in your newsfeed. But the value part is the most important, because this is where you're going to be proving to other people that you are here to help solve problems of your target market. You're not just here for the short haul. You really care about what you do, and people want to see your fire and your passion, and it takes time to get all of that across. This isn't something you can do in 24 hours or a week or a month. It's taken Mike and Miranda months and months, and I'm going to be referring to them quite a lot because they just happen to have hit a great level today, and they're a great example to all of us, but you get what I'm saying. Let me just catch up with these comments. I have to set a timer when I'm on Facebook, otherwise I get sucked in for hours. Yes, absolutely, Deb. That's a really good idea, actually. And last but not least, your DMO should be you networking. So talking to new people every day and engaging with people every day, whether, you know, these are people you've just added or whether they're people in your friends list that you haven't spoken to at all. Even, you know, I have people in my friends list that I've added that I've never spoken to. So, you know, there's always people that you can go back and network with and build relationships with. So in a nutshell, that's what should be on your daily method of operation. Okay. So when it comes to your mindset around the daily method of operation that we do, there's a number of things in your mindset that can prevent you and really hold you back from being able to complete it, not every day, but over a long period of time, because it's important that you have a real sound appreciation that doing this every single day and for a long time is what's going to bring you results. Okay. People in your audience are not going to, you know, want to just see you for a few weeks and then you disappear for a few weeks and then you come back. You know, they're going to go to the person that's there every day. They're, you know, with their content and they're engaging and they're with their face out there, you know. So common mindset problems when it comes to your daily method of operation include the following, which is not just the following, but these are the most important ones that I have chosen to talk about. Being consistent. Okay, and being obsessed with your, you know, your immediate results, having a fear of failure, not having a strong enough why, so a strong enough reason that you're doing this in the first place, not trusting the process, being a perfectionist, and, you know, being impatient, which is basically what I said earlier in terms of wanting quick results. But those are the most common problems we come across with people who give up when they don't do their daily method of operation. And actually, these sorts of mindset issues can be related to many things, you know, especially with remaining consistent. For me, because I'm no angel, I have an intense, annoying habit of being a perfectionist. It drowns me sometimes. It really, really bugs me. Okay. And, you know, I've recently done this amazing mindset course, and I've learned that actually many of the excuses it comes to not doing the right things in business ultimately come down to most people feeling like they're not good enough. When you get down to the nitty gritty and you go, well, that's just an excuse, and that's just an excuse, and that's just an excuse, you know, the core of it is actually that they're afraid of failing. They feel like they're not good enough to be here. Alana says, and I always read these out because the chat doesn't appear to replay viewers. Same here, it's a massive thing for me. Perfectionist and overthinking are the two things I need to work on. Yeah, and definitely that's been a rocky road for me as well, Alana. And yes, diet's definitely fear without a doubt. So, you know, in order for us to get our DMOs done and to do it well, it's important that we get over those mindset problems, okay? Because the reward of doing your DMO is just massive. It really is a massive impact when you start doing it consistently every day, okay? So let's break these down a little bit and give you guys some advice and, you know, how we can overcome some of these mindset problems. So when it comes to consistency, and, you know, having that mindset of, you know, well, I can do this really consistently for a few weeks and then I just bottle out for a week. You know, something comes up and then I lose the momentum and, you know, it's not that you can't be bothered to do it anymore, but you feel it's easier not to do it because you've been working really, really hard. And I don't know, you might have a night out or something happens at home, or, you know, you've had a really busy day at work and you're tired or something like that. And then all of a sudden your momentum stops. And whilst you were on that high, you're now back at the bottom again. And it looks like a mountain in front of you to get back on that consistency trail. Okay. So a few tips to help you guys get over that is, one, have a really strong why. Have your eye on your why. So if you don't have a really good reason to be here and you haven't taken the time to think about it truly and to write it down and to have it in front of you on the wall or a vision board or something like that, it's going to be really easy to become inconsistent because you've got nothing to keep you going. Okay, So we did that exercise for most of you guys who came through the boot camps at the beginning for a massive reason, because if you don't have that, then there's no point in doing anything else, because this is hard. This is really hard work. This network marketing thing, it can take over your life. It's that difficult. So, you know, if you don't have those big reasons there, and you haven't thought about your vision and your passion and where you're going with this, then it can be really easy to become inconsistent. So if you haven't done that, then you definitely need to do that. Okay. So tip number 2 is pick your battle. So not your battles, battle. So in other words, you want to be getting one thing right before you move on to something else. It's like when a good example is doctors will rarely tell you to stop smoking and cut out your sugar at the same time, because when you're focusing on too many things at once, it just doesn't happen. You start smoking again and you start eating loads of cake. At least I do, except I don't smoke. But so, you know, as humans, we have a very limited capacity when it comes to willpower and when it comes to being consistent. So for DMOs, work and get your daily method of operation perfectly working for you, and it will need tweaking as time goes on. You know, we don't start off with the same DMO and have the exact same one a few weeks or even months or years later. We're always tweaking it, but have it working comfortably for you, and then start doing the extra things. So then start your own Facebook group, and then do your own page or your own boot camps or whatever it is in how you're planning your path with your journeys. So get that right first, and then you can focus on bigger things. Okay. Now the next tip is to build your life around your daily method of operation rather than trying to fit it in. Now that is a little contradictory to what I've been saying in certain points of your DMO, but you know, you really do have to schedule your priorities. This is a priority for you in your business. And, you know, for the parts of it that do take time, you do have to schedule it into your day. Okay. So yes, you can fit stuff in, but you need to, if you can't do that, then you otherwise need to schedule your priorities in. And in this case, in this training, we're talking about your daily method of operation. Did that make sense the way I just said that? Or have I just confused everyone? Nobody's going like that. So that's So, and that was a quote from the late Stephen Covey, by the way. He's an awesome guy. Tip number 4 when it comes to consistency is ignore your feelings. And it's very rare I say that, but you know, when you have those feelings, and I have these all the time, it's like, well, I don't feel like doing it. I don't want to. I'm tired. I've had a hard day at work. The kids are doing my head in. And, you know, you have to learn how to train your mind to ignore those feelings, which are just temporary, because your brain is trying to prevent you from doing something that is uncomfortable. Okay. And I use that analogy in many things, such as doing Facebook Lives, or, you know, things like, you know, any activity online or anything in life that makes you feel uncomfortable. Your body's going to make you think you don't want to do it. You don't want to do it. Okay. So, you know, anything in life that requires any form of consistency, at some point we're going to have the I don't want to do it, don't make me do it, like eating healthily, or being fit and going to the gym. You know, my inner voice always wins with that, because I hate the gym, but then I'm not particularly passionate about going to the gym. So you know, you have to develop the mindset of overriding those feelings, because once you've actually done what it is you don't want to do, you actually feel a million times better anyway. You feel like you've really achieved something. Loads of comments here I'm not keeping up with. Do you know what? I'll carry on and come back to your comments in a minute, guys. And last but not least, catch that wagon. Okay, don't have that that all or nothing mindset. Okay, in other words, if you do fall off the wagon and you miss a day, it's not the end of the world. Don't beat yourselves up. Don't, you know, feel like a total failure because you've not done your DMO. Life happens. You know, we're all human beings. Life happens. As long as you're not doing it every single day and using it in a way that's like an excuse, you know, oh, I didn't do it today, but I'll catch up tomorrow type thing. Do you see what I'm saying? So never beat yourselves up because you missed a day. Excuse me. it's really important that you do avoid that nothing or all mindset. Okay. Life starts over tomorrow. Yes, Ole, absolutely, absolutely. So let's talk a little bit about perfectionism, and this, or as I like to call it, the kiss of death in online marketing. It is a little bit of a sensitive subject, but perfectionism is actually something, and I've done a lot of research onto this, that's ingrained in us from childhood. And it's not me sat here saying people that have perfectionism have rubbish parents or anything like that. That's not what I'm saying at all. I love my parents, and yet I'm a massive perfectionist, and I had a beautiful childhood. But it's ingrained in us from our parents and society and other people that look after us, our guardians, our carers, that it's wrong to make mistakes. Okay, we always get told when we're kids, don't do that, don't tie your shoes that way, don't climb on the cupboard, draw color inside the lines, and don't climb up that tree, and don't, no, don't. It's always negative. So it's no wonder that so many of us suffer from this incessant need to be perfect in everything we do. Sorry, I've lost my page there. So it sort of coincides with the fear of failure almost, but I'll come on to that in a separate subject. But, we are going to make mistakes. We are going to fail sometimes. And it's learning from those failures and mistakes that is going to move us forward. And, we always learn better when we fail, because failure hurts. And then we don't do it again. We do it differently. And there's a really wonderful story, and I'll try and find it and post it in the group later. A really, really short piece of work that is a snapshot of the life of Abraham Lincoln. Some of you might already know this, but he had massive, life-changing failures in his life before he was elected, I can't say that other word, as the president of the United States in 1861. And it's just an amazing example to us all that take imperfect action. It doesn't matter if you're not perfect. No one's here judging you, no one's here grading you, no one's here telling you to do it any differently. You have to take that action, whether it's perfect or whether it's not. Okay, so we'll move on to the fear of failure very briefly, but the main thing I want to mention is that everybody has this fear. If they say they don't have a fear of failure to some level, they're lying. Okay, whether it's now or it's been in their past or something like that. Okay, but the difference between the people that do well in anything, but we're talking about online marketing, so online marketing, and the people that don't, is that people that are really successful are more afraid of what will happen if they don't follow their path, whereas people that are not successful are so scared of failure that they don't bother taking action in the first place. Okay, do you see the difference? There's a very distinct difference there. So they are people that have this massive fear. They're really happy to settle for what they already have and just hope that something changes, or hope the new training they've bought changes their life and that kind of thing. Okay, so again, it actually has a name, and I only learned this afternoon, and I can't say it, so I'm actually going to type it. There is a name for a fear of failure, and it is agoraphobia. I probably spelt it wrong. Agoraphobia is the name of a fear of failure. Okay, so again, two common causes for this are that we have highly critical parents that have high expectations of us, can be quite negative as we're growing up, which can ultimately lead to us being highly anxious. It holds us back and having a really low self-esteem. And the second common cause is having some sort of really traumatic experience in our past that makes us, scared of failing, like a child at a presentation and they get stage fright and they wet themselves or something like that. Has Jerry fallen asleep? Am I that boring? You can go back to relaxing, that's fine. Must be the beautiful English accent I have that's relaxing you so much. Oh, bless. Right, okay, so there we go. So moving forward from that, you know, set small goals that are achievable every day. If you really feel like perfectionism especially and that fear of failure are holding you back, then a really good way to get over that is to set small stepping stones, achievable goals in your business every day. And your daily method of operation is a really great place to start that. Okay. Now, it may be that it takes some weeks to get this right. And that's one of the massive reasons that when any new person comes into the dream team, we say to them, look, this is going to take a good 3, 4, 5, 6 months of you doing this every day before you start to see massive results. And it is so true. It is so true. So that can be something as simple as starting with your daily method of operation. And then when you feel like you're set with that, you're good with that, you're comfortable with that, it's not stressing you out, it's not worrying you, then you can start setting yourself more goals that are more uncomfortable, like sprucing up your content with lives, or having a Facebook group in which, you know, you're giving value to your target market, or, you know, using the MLSP training to learn how to do a Facebook fan page and that kind of thing. But you only do one thing at a time. Okay, so you achieve that and then you move on to your next goal and your next goal. Do you see what I'm saying? Does that make sense? Good. Okay. So second thing is to have someone who is accountable for you. So you know, your dream team upline, no, we're not uplines in here, but you know what I mean, leader, person who brought you in here, good friend, whatever you want to call them, you are being accountable for them. So when they can see that you're going off track with your perfectionism and you write them a post saying, I have just spent the last 45 minutes planning this post and it's completely wrong and I'm getting really stressed out about it and I don't know what to do, then they can bring you back to actually, you know, why are you bothered if it's perfect or not? Is it going to matter? As long as it's readable, you know what I mean? That kind of thing. And, you know, the third thing I've written down on my piece of paper here, which I got from this training I watched this afternoon, is having therapy. But I don't really want to go into that too much. But, you know, we're all different personalities in here. We're all different. If you're feeling like this particular thing is taking over your life to the point where you can't move forward in your business, then that might be something you want to consider. Because, you know, a fear of failure is a phobia. It's an anxiety disorder. It's a medical condition. And sometimes it needs medical input. Okay, so has that, guys, helped you out around the mindset of your daily method of operation? Let me just go back and scroll up to the comments. Wow, I've been talking for a long time. Oh, done imperfectly is better than not at all. I completely agree, Alana. I find the Mel Robbins 5-second rule good for procrastination. Yes, I absolutely 1,000,000% agree, Kate. And I think I said on one of my other trainings that I did that I use that in all areas of my life, including when I don't want to do the washing up. So, you know, I just go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and I go and do the washing up. It works really, really well. So if you're not doing that, guys, definitely start doing that. Go and watch that video on YouTube. It's brilliant. It's really inspiring. You have to have a written DMO. It's more easy to stick to it. Yes, I used to have it written on a piece of paper, and I used to have a copy of that in my work diary, and I used to have it on my desktop, and I used to have it on my phone, so I never forgot what was in it. And now I don't need it written down because it's ingrained in my brain. So when you're getting started, that is definitely a really good idea, Oli. Thank you. Everyone needs a vision board in their life. I need to do one. I tell other people to do it, but I've still not done one myself. Mine's all up here. I definitely need to get that copied and stuck on the wall. And for something I'm finding hard of fear, I use the saying out loud to myself, this is simple, this is easy, this is fun. Yes, I love that, Kate. I absolutely love that. We should have that in a quote in a frame, shouldn't we? Exactly, Margarita. I did this one in February. Yep, Kate, that's great. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, do it. Yes, definitely. One of the gods, did you say, Ole, there instead of goods? Yeah. Don't forego a decision that has a permanent result for the sake of temporary feeling. Yes, Alana, absolutely. I completely agree with that. It's all about your mindset and how you become more aware of your feelings, you know, because people give into their feelings all the time, but they're just not aware of how it dictates their lives. You know, we are, as human beings, we want simple gratification. We want easy lives. You know, it's ingrained in most of us. You know, some people do work hard all their lives and they really enjoy it, but actually, you know, for many of us, if we can find an easier way of doing something, we'll find it. Yeah. So sometimes it's just getting over yourself in the nicest way possible and doing that. Jerry's having technical issues. Oh, bless you. I hope they're all solved now. Is your tan there yet, Jerry? That's okay, Di, don't worry. Where are you on the screen? Is Di still here? There you are. Have you got an onboarding session yet? Have you got a Zoom call scheduled? You can come off mute if you want. Oh, hang on, let me unmute you. Oh, that's not working. Oh, there you go.
Here's nice. Yes, tomorrow.
Yay!
I'm going to speak to Michael tomorrow afternoon.
You'll really enjoy that. You'll get a lot out of that, and he'll definitely help you with a structured DMO that is comfortable for you and easily, you know, achievable. So I'm glad you've got that booked. That's great. Successful people are afraid of what would happen if they do not follow their path. Yeah, I think that's a really cool example of the difference with people that have a fear of failure that do well and don't. A vision board is visual, not brainial. I'm not sure what you're saying there, Ole. In your brain, yes. I must take another Zoom call now. That's absolutely fine. I'm just about done, Margarita, anyway. Cool. So if anybody wants to come off mute and ask any questions, you're more than welcome to, about mindset, DMO, boot camps, anything. I'm all yours. But if no one's got any questions, I shall say good night.
Hello.
Hiya.
Hi. All those headlines you have written on your paper, are you putting them in this group under this training?
I can do that. Yeah, that's fine.
It would be very nice.
Pardon?
It would be very nice.
Yes, that's absolutely fine. I don't mind doing that at all. It's
do that every time. Do that every time you have a subject. Even before, it's very nice to have to look at it.
That's great advice, Ole, and yeah, I'll definitely do that for you. That's no problem at all.
Thank you.
You're very welcome.
Thank you for a very nice speech.
Thank you. You're welcome, Di. No problem at all. Anybody else, or are we all good? Go like that if you're happy. Everybody's happy. Awesome. Lovely. It was great hanging out with you guys. I hope you found that useful, and I'll catch you next week. Have a great week. It's nice to be back. Yes, Kate. It's good to have you back. I can't see you, but it's good to have you back. Are you back for good now, or are you still traveling? Can I unmute you? Yay.
I'm still traveling. But
where are you now? Oh no. I can't hear you.
And I'm staying here for 3 weeks, so I'll be online properly.
You got muted for some reason then. Where are you?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you. I heard that you were somewhere for 3 weeks, but I didn't hear where.
In Guatemala.
Oh, wow. That's amazing. Are you enjoying it?
Yeah, it's beautiful.
There's a definite time delay between me talking to you and you receiving it. All right, guys, I'll say goodnight to you now. Have a lovely evening.
And that is the pity of this business.
What's that?
We can go online everywhere in the world. So that's the pity.
It's a pity?
No, it's ironic.
Oh, I see. I thought you were saying it's a pity then.
Yeah.
No, I'm totally with you. All right, guys. Say goodnight to you now. Have a lovely evening. Bye.